The first crack in my world wasn't a sound. It was a smell. A faint sweetness, unfamiliar, clinging to the collar of Daniel's dress shirt as he walked past me that night. Not perfume I recognized. Not mine. Not anything I'd ever wear. It hit me like a quiet slap, sharp enough to rattle something inside my chest. I stood there, frozen in the hallway, my fingers still hovering over the light switch. He kept walking, humming under his breath, oblivious. Or pretending. For a moment, I felt my body split in two. The wife who trusted him, who knew his routines, who could predict the cadence of his footsteps, and the woman who suddenly wasn't sure of anything at all. Long day, I asked, my voice too calm. The worst, he sighed, dropping his briefcase. The firm's drowning in audits. I stayed late with Megan to finish. He stopped, too quickly, as though he'd swallowed the rest of the sentence before it betrayed him. With Megan, his secretary. My stomach twisted. I nodded, pretending I hadn't noticed the hesitation or the smell. For the next week, everything felt slightly off-kilter, like our lives were a painting someone had nudged crooked on the wall. Nothing dramatic, just crooked enough to make my eyes ache. He worked later. He checked his phone more often. He showered the moment he came home, as if washing something off. I tried to confront him in small ways. Gentle ways. You're distant, I said one night. Just stressed, he insisted. Are we okay? Of course we are, Anna. Why wouldn't we be? His smile was too polished. A rehearsed expression worn by someone who'd practiced lying in the mirror. But betrayal is a slow burn, not an explosion. It starts as confusion, then blame, then denial, hope, fear, guilt, an emotional kaleidoscope spinning too fast to catch. I tried to rationalize everything. To be fair, to be kind. Maybe the perfume belonged to a co-worker who hugged him. Maybe the late nights were real. Maybe the secretive texts were about work. Maybe I was the problem. God, I wanted that to be true. Being flawed is easier than being betrayed. The truth arrived on a Tuesday afternoon in the form of a voicemail I wasn't meant to hear. Daniel's phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. He was in the shower. Normally, I wouldn't have touched it. But the screen lit up with her name, Megan. Then the preview flashed. Her voice, her laugh, careless, breathy, intimate. Last night was dangerous, she teased. I'm still wearing your cologne. You left me marked. Marked. The word snapped through my spine like an electric wire. My hands trembled, but I hit play. I shouldn't have. But I did. I don't know how long we can keep this up, she continued. Your wife's not stupid. She's gonna figure it out. But maybe that's what you want. My knees buckled. I slid down the cabinet door. Phone clutched to my chest as though it were a bomb. There it was. No more crooked painting. No more illusions. Just truth. Ugly, undeniable, and shattering. I didn't confront him that day. Instead, I watched him. Really watched him. The way he flinched when I hugged him. The way he angled his phone away when texting. The way he avoided eye contact when he said, I love you. Love. What a strange, selfish, beautiful, bruising word. I still loved him, even as my heart cracked like thin ice beneath too much weight. That was the worst part. Love lingering in a room where trust had died. The confrontation happened 2 nights later. I didn't plan it. It simply unraveled. He came home late, hair slightly damp from rain, or from her hands, I thought bitterly. He looked tired, or maybe satisfied. Daniel, I said softly, blocking the hallway. He paused. Hey, what's wrong? I heard your voicemail. Silence. Heavy. Immediate. Damning. His throat bobbed. Anna, don't lie, I whispered. Please don't. He deflated, shoulders sinking, eyes darting everywhere but mine. I didn't mean for it to happen, he muttered. That's what everyone says. He stepped forward. I never stopped loving you. Then why her? He closed his eyes as though the truth burned. Because loving you felt like pressure, expectations, history. But she's easy. A blade couldn't have cut deeper. So I became difficult? I asked. You became real, he whispered. And I wasn't man enough to handle real. I laughed bitterly, one sharp, broken sound. At least you finally told the truth. The divorce took 6 months. Not because I hesitated, God, no, but because endings like betrayals move slowly. Papers, mediation, division of assets. splitting a life down the middle until it bleeds enough to satisfy the law. But I signed everything today. 10 years reduced to a stack of papers and a fading ring-shaped indent on my finger. Outside the courthouse, sunlight hit me harder than expected, bright, hot, unfiltered. The world looked too alive for how hollow I felt. I took a selfie, a small smile, a tired smile, but mine. Then I posted it with a caption I'd been crafting for months. Finally free from my husband and his secretary. The comments exploded within minutes. Shock, support, outrage, gossip. But the moment I hit upload, a strange calm washed over me. Not victory, not revenge, not even relief. Just clarity. 10 years ago, I married a man who promised forever. Today, I divorced a man who couldn't stay faithful for 10 minutes. And for the first time in a long, long while, I felt free.